back to the Acoustic Shop channel. I am John Chapman. This is Jeremy Chapman.
Why are we here?
We are here to unbox one more guitar for you today. It is the Collings CW Brazilian Rosewood.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we are back, and we are here to talk about guitars again. Before we do, if you love guitars like we do, or mandolins,
or if
banjos,
you just like the way I dress,
nobody likes that.
Please,
not anybody.
subscribe to this channel because I will always be dressed on this channel, and you'll be surprised what I'm wearing next time.
I hope you are always dressed. Please do that. Subscribe, like, share, comment, do all the good stuff that you guys should do on every social media account. That's what keeps us going. That's what makes it so we can continue to do these. And as always, I also do want to remind you that at the end of this video, there is a tone sample of this particular guitar, as well as a whole nother video on this channel that you can watch that has a whole performance.
I messed up the chords at the end.
Well,
in case you don't notice,
Jeremy,
when you watch that
nobody's going to be able to tell that from any of the other videos.
Okay. Put that disclaimer out there.
Anyway, aware of it. Check that out too. A whole bunch of fun on the Beaumont rag. But today, we are so privileged. We have been getting in so many cool used instruments, and it has been great to get them in. I don't know what happened. I don't know if all of a sudden people are like trusting us with their instruments, but we have been getting some really cool ones, and this is no exception. The Collings CW, and this particular one, Brazilian Rosewood back and sides. That makes it extra special.
Ultra is even better. My kids use that all the time. That's an ultra rare.
Ultra rare, yeah. This is an ultra rare right here.
So if you happen to open up your toy wrapper, your toy egg, and you have a Brazilian Rosewood CW, you have an ultra rare.
It is true.
And it is worth collecting.
I love every one of those toys, by the way, for my kids. They're all ultra. You guys
This is an ultra rare.
This is a double ultra rare. Anyway, we'll get back to guitars. The Collings CW has changed. What the CW stands for has changed. For those of you that know, the reason why we chose the Beaumont rag on that particular piece, that was a cut that one of my all-time favorite versions of that song was done by none other than Clarence White, who was the inspiration for Tony Rice, played originally with the Kentucky Colonels, later on innovated in the country rock world with the Byrds, did some amazing things there, and this guitar was definitely inspired from him. Also, like I said, Tony Rice, same sort of specs on this because it was originally Clarence White's guitar, later owned by Tony. We've covered all this before. Large sound hole, extended fretboard, great story on that. But we're talking about the Collings one. Originally, these were referred to as the CW for Clarence White. Later on, the White family did strike a deal with them, with Martin, and they actually made a Clarence White model that was signed, I believe, by the family of Clarence, including Roland, I believe. Those were great guitars. You'll see those around. So that made Collings had to change it. They can still call it a CW by calling it a Collings Winfield. Get that?
Yeah.
Collings Winfield, CW. Winfield is also the home of the flat picking national championships, and you know, a wonderful festival there. It is probably, if you're into flat picking guitar, one of the ultimate places to go. You need to check it out one time.
I think it's called the Walnut Valley Festival in Winfield, Kansas.
You are correct. So I guess it could be the Collings Walnut Valley.
The CWV.
Anyway, they made quite a few different variations of this. This particular one is in a beautiful Brazilian rosewood. I'll try to turn this so we don't smack it around on all this lights and stuff in here. You'll see some great figuring, very vintage Brazilian rosewood look on it. Straight grains, that gorgeous ribboning or spider webbing of the dark stripes. Really, really like this. Yet has that Collings voicing. We have talked about a lot of large sound hole dreadnoughts in here.
You might think that we enjoy them.
Yeah, I do actually. One of my first big guitars that I ever owned was a Santa Cruz Tony Rice model. That was a large sound hole in an Indian rosewood. Later on, we've seen some. We had one in here from Atkin, which is over in England. We've had one from Bourgeois. We've had, let's see, I've got one, a Pilgrim from Huss and Dalton.
Correct.
and now the Collings. We've almost hit
So we're
all
not the only
major
ones that like the large soundhole. It seems like the guitar builders like them as well.
They absolutely, and the buyers do too. This is by far the most referenced Martin guitar I think that has ever been built, being that it went through the hands of two of the most prolific guitar players that have existed. This makes this guitar very, very recognizable. Again, I don't want to get too far into the story, but there is a great, great story behind this guitar, and it's released in the Fretboard Journal. There was a great article on that, so you
One
can
of the
check
fun
that
things
out.
I guess we could briefly touch upon is we got to hang out on the bus with the McCurrys one time, and
Yes.
Del McCurry was just in a storytelling mood, and it was when that Fretboard Journal came out.
It is.
And Del was reading it, and then he starts talking about stories of knowing Clarence when he had that guitar.
They were all hanging out in California.
They were hanging out in
together.
California. He said, and he just leaned that thing up against a tree, and he was throwing his pocket knife at it, and shooting it with a BB gun. And this was in the Del McCurry eyebrows moving and just that excitement, and he was just throwing pocket knives at it, and he didn't like that guitar at all.
I don't think he's going to enjoy your impersonation of
It's
him.
not a very good one, but you can imagine the animated Del McCurry telling you a story about Clarence abusing that guitar that now became like one of the most iconic guitars out there.
It is a really cool story because it was not one of Clarence's favorite. He actually carried two guitars. One of them was a D18, which he did most of his lead playing on, and then the Rosewood guitar, which he preferred for rhythm. But he didn't absolutely like. I had a love-hate relationship, from what I could tell, of that guitar. He liked it, but he didn't like it.
On another video we've released here on YouTube, Josh Williams talks about playing Tony Rice's guitar, and he says it has its own feel to it. You can't power it because it'll kind of splat out before it. Yeah, it'll overdrive. You have to finesse it a little bit to get that Tony Rice sound out of it.
Absolutely.
But it still became one of the most iconic instruments in acoustic music, and then that's why it's being emulated by so many different great manufacturers, including Collings, with this beautiful example right here.
So this particular one is a 2006 CW. I'm not sure if that was when they were calling it a Winfield or if we were calling it a Clarence White, but it has Brazilian Rosewood back and sides. Again, like all of the Rice Clarence White models, enlarged sound hole, extended fretboard that is bound, has an Adirondack spruce top. This one has the speckled or palomino pickguard to kind of resemble the Rice tortoiseshell that was actually tortoiseshell with the striping and that kind of deal. It's a little bit different character on this particular one. Again, a ebony bridge, a ebony fretboard, yes. Yeah, a slot through saddle. So again, just trying to reiterate that traditional guitar, the #1 Clarence White / Tony Rice guitar. A very beautiful example. This one is priced right. It is actually a really good buy on one. It has been played. It is not a perfect example, but it has been played. And it has,
We have not thrown any pocket knives or shot it with BB guns. So,
and I don't think the original owner did either. So you can check it out. A monster. All the guys in the shop have loved this guitar. They just love playing it, and definitely one that I highly recommend you check out.
I doubt this will be here very long. So if you are interested, make sure you get on there real quick and check it out, because great example of this large sound hole, Clarence White.
And you too can do that weird, crazy syncopated rhythm.
You have to watch the video. It was throwing me off a little bit, but
That was my bad impersonation of Clarence right there for you. So anyway, fabulous guitar. Please do check it out. And right here, we're going to give you some tone samples of it.
Hey, thanks for watching that video that we just did. I'm gonna make this universal so we can use it on all the videos.
Good
I
plan.
hope you enjoyed that thing that I said. And if you'd like to see more things like that, then subscribe down below where it says subscribe. You'll be notified anytime we do another video.
And while you're at it, make sure to check out our website, theacousticshoppe.com. We have free shipping on most products and one of the best return policies in the country.
We know what it's like to buy an instrument online. You never know what you're gonna get. When you get it, if you're not happy with it, send it back to us. We're not gonna be mad at you.
No.
We'll be a little disappointed in you, but not at all. We want you to find the right instrument, and there's no way to know until you try it. So we encourage you to try it out, play it, and then if it's not the right fit, we'll find the one that is.
There we go.
Also, be sure to comment down below. We love to interact with you guys. It's not a one-way street here.
No.
You get to say things, we get to say things back to you. If we say mean things, we're gonna say mean things back. So.
We may or may not do that. Anyway, we thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time.